Today is part 2 of working on the Chippewa kitchen. We're going to put in the horizontal poles and build the platform. Subscribe and help me reach and teach kids and adults camping skills. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to hit that little bell and you'll be notified when I come out with a new video. So now you see that I've cut my poles for the horizontals about 2/3 the length of the height of the Chippewa kitchen quadrupod. Now we're going to tie it on. We're going to have to make some marks and make some cuts. It's up to you whether you want to cut it and join the two pieces together some, or if you want to just tie it on. A lot of it depends on how long I'm going to use it. Okay, here we go. First, since it's just me doing this, you put that down there. See, I have a piece of line over here, all right? This piece of line is going to be my other hands. Stick this right through here, okay? So that's going to hold it up while I mark where I want to cut over here. Now these upper limbs are a little small, so I don't want to go too deep. So I'm going to mark one here. Okay, then I'm going to mark it here underneath. Okay, got that, got that. Now I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to baton this out. So I will put my knife right here. I have this, but I still have to cut the cross piece so that fits over this. Now I want to make a mark on the inside of this. Okay, now you see my marks. Okay, now I'm going to cut these. I'm going to tell you something important about that knife, so stick with me and I'll tell it to you in a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to do a test fit. Let's see how that looks. Well, that stays there pretty well. Now it's time to lash it in place. So what do I start with? I'm going to start with my usual, a clove hitch. You can put the clove hitch wherever you want. Just for your sake, this time, I'm going to tie my clove hitch. So remember, it crosses over itself. Just like you gotta do what? Go pee. Here we go. All right. So I got that. Now, I'm gonna bring this back around the back and then around the front. And you tell me, what kind of a lashing am I using? If you haven't looked at my other lashing videos, then you probably should. 1, working on 2. Remember, make them tight. This is number 3. Okay. Now let's go around and do what? What's this called? That's right, we're frapping. Let me get that out of the way. Remember what I said, make it neat. 1, and tight 2, and 3, and I end it in what? Yes, a square knot. Some people end it in a clove hitch, apparently. I do not, because I don't think a clove hitch is as sturdy as just a simple square knot. So there we go. All right, we got to do it to the other 3 now. Rinse and repeat. Hey, a couple very important notes. Your cuts need to be on the same plane. Need to be even with one another, level, okay? Same way with the ones on this side and that side. That way they fit in nicely. Just like that. Neat and tight. Now we need to determine how wide we want our platform to be. So you're going to cut a stick and kind of determine that. Then you're going to use that stick as the master to cut the rest. Otherwise, you're really going to be going back and forth, or each additional one's going to be a little wider, a little wider, a little wider. All right, so let's get to cutting. There are 2 types of platform lashing. The Royal Rangers, which is the group I work with, has what is called continuous lashing. The Boy Scouts has what is called double floor lashing. I'm going to do both. Stick with me and I'll show both of them to you. Now, in the middle of the Royal Ranger lashing, you need a clove hitch on this lower pole in the middle of the line. This is the easiest way to do it. You need to make your clove hitch slip it on and tighten it up. Now it's underneath where it needs to be. Then pull this over. Over the first pole. Cross the lines underneath. Then back up. Then over the next pole. Make sure you're getting things nice and tight. Cross them over again, bring it up. And now we end it by rolling this over the last one, tie it around, and tie a square knot into it. Square knot's not going anywhere, especially with this tarred bank line. There you are. Now, with the Boy Scout double floor lashing, it is also started with the clove hitch. Only this clove hitch is on top. And run this clove hitch down the pole. Okay. Now, I got a little more than I want, but that's all right. You'll get the idea. Now, I'm going to wrap this around the standing part. Now that I've twisted the short end around the standing end, I can begin my lashing. So we go down, then we come back up on this, and then around. Then I come back and come over the next one. Up and over, and rinse and repeat. Up and end it with 2 half hitches. Okay, what I was doing earlier was batoning. If you've never seen it, that is, yes, it's beating your knife with a stick, and it's safe as long as you have a good knife. This knife is a high carbon steel, full tang, as you can see this going through, knife. I made this knife. I know this knife, and this knife can take a licking and keep on cutting. That didn't work out too well, but you know what I mean, okay? You want a good, sturdy, full tang knife. A lot of knives out there have a rat tail tang. Don't use a rat tail tang knife or pocket knife to baton with, unless you really know what you're doing and you're willing to risk the knife, or you really believe in the knife. I know some guys that believe in their knives, and you know, that's fine. This is the kind of knife you should baton with if you're going to do heavy jobs, especially, okay? And there we are, a Chippewa kitchen with Royal Ranger and Boy Scout lashing. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and y'all come back now, you hear?